me start by saying, hey, Frisco fan. Hey, Frisco fan, that was pretty epic. Actually, really epic. Epic night in Niners house. Oh, wait. What's that you say? That was a road game? Wait, whose house? Yo, Rams, not your house. Unless Rams fan just decided to show up wearing red last night. There it is, my post from last night. Is this game in Frisco or LA? I can't tell. Hashtag Frisco fan. I couldn't. They took over Ram House. I mean, what an incredibly gritty, gutty performance from Frisco. And frankly, what an embarrassing night for the Rams, who let their arch rivals come into their house, take over their house, and then rip that dub right out of their hands. The Niners rolled in with a bunch of backups, and they straight up punked the Rams. Got to give it to Frisco. They looked sharper. They were better prepared. They were better coached. They run out to a 2-touchdown lead. Then they finish, and they make the winning plays that they had to make. Meanwhile, the Rams just straight up gagged that game. Man, that's a game you can't lose if you're the Rams. Cannot lose that game. Can't. And it's happened already twice. LA's losses, both of them, have been absurd. First, they blow that 26-7 lead in Philly. Then they blow it again with a block kick on the last play of the game. Then last night, they blow it on the 1-yard line in regulation. Then they blow it again on 4th and 1 in overtime. Yes, the Sean McVey 4th and 1 play call in overtime was pretty atrocious. However, and I love this guy, and I hate this for this guy, but the Kyren Williams fumble was even worse. You can't have your star running back put the ball on the ground at the 1-yard line on 1st and goal with a minute left in the 4th quarter in a massive divisional rivalry game like this.
Williams, can he get in? They signal that he, with the ball coming out, and it goes the other way.
Now, in Kyren's defense, the dude did take a vicious right hook to the jaw on this play. Hell, Iron Mike has to be impressed. Look at this. Not only the vicious right hand to the jaw, but the punch too. The peanut punch. The jaw and the ball with one swing. That might be the best defensive play I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even kidding. I mean, it's still not an excuse. You still have to protect the ball. You still cannot cough it up on the one in the last minute of a game against your arch rivals. My man Kyren knows that. But that was a hellacious blow. Ever see a guy get clocked like that and have the ball punched out all with one motion? It was incredible. The Niners, though, overall, just tougher. Just tougher when it mattered. Case in point, the controversial 4th and 1 play call in overtime. Now, for the record, Sean absolutely did the right thing. He did the right thing in going for it and going for the win and not playing for the field goal and the tie. Believe me, the last thing the NFL, the last thing the world needed was another tie after Dallas and Green Bay. So he did the right thing going for it. He just did the wrong thing in trying to give Kyren a chance to redeem himself and then just running him straight into the line.
On the ground. Does he make it? It doesn't look like he did not. The ball is out. When did it come out? The 49ers.
So my man, Sean McVey, that genius level, McVey IQ, not on display right there. Again, good to go for it. The right call to go for it. Just not like the right play call. Good to go for it, just not like that. Now, I know it's very easy to armchair QB, but even Sean admitted right away he should have put the ball in Matthew Stafford's hands instead. I mean, the dude threw for 389 yards, 3 tutties. He brought him all the way back. But on the critical play of the game, they hand it back to a guy who had just fumbled the game away in the first place. So I would expect a more creative play call from Sean. I mean, in a sense, what he's saying is, I still trust you, Kyren. I trust the offensive line. Yeah, except it didn't work. They didn't get it done. So I would expect something smarter, something more creative than that. Now, Sean himself expects something smarter and more creative than that. He made that very clear after the game.
No, we came in here to try to win the football game. It didn't go down for us, Gary. That wasn't even a thought, but the play selection was very poor. I'm sick right now because I put our players in a spot, and I got to live with that.
Love the guy. Don't like the play call, but I love the guy. Hey, at least he owned it, right? He didn't demonstrate elite play calling last night, and his counterpart, who has owned him as an underdog, and that's got to hurt too, outcoached him. But I thought that Sean, as always, demonstrated elite leadership after the fact. So he asked for all the heat, so he's wearing it all today. But he doesn't really deserve all the heat. Bad play call in overtime, yes, but they should have had that game won in regulation. And if they make their extra points and they stop getting kicks Mutombo'd, they also would have won in regulation. So really, people are really upset with Sean, but for what? Because he couldn't find a third way to win that game? Pretty harsh. But he took it off his players and he wore it himself. I would say this. What's not harsh is to say that the Rams have now blown it twice and lost 2 games that you can't lose. They're 3-2, but they're an extra point and a field goal away from being 5-0. All the more reason why those losses are hideous. Now, on the flip side, you have Frisco. Frisco, I got to say, incredible win. I mean, what a win for San Francisco. What a performance from one Michael McCorkle-Jones. Man, no wonder that dude goes with Mac. Michael McCorkle-Jones. I haven't gone full government on anybody in a while, but McCorkle earned it. In part because he showed a ton of heart and grit and a big brass set last night. And also because his name is Michael McCorkle-Jones. I'm telling you, what a great night for Mac. Even if he got his ass handed to him throughout. You see that one clip of him puking coming off the field in overtime? Wah! This dude left it all on the field. Hey-oh! Just dry heaving his way off the field. He left 20% of himself on the field. I think I see a lung out there. I think I see an intestine out there. I think I see a kidney out there. Point is, this dude stayed in the fight. Man, this dude stayed in the fight. He battled. He made the winning plays that he needed to make, and that's why he's 3-0 this season. It's also why the Lava Pigs are already trying to make a quarterback controversy out of this, because the Niners just aren't the Niners without a QB controversy, right? It's the way that it's always been. Look, it is fair to say that Mac has outplayed Brock so far this season, because he has. Except the Niners already made their quarterback decision when they decided to give Brock that $265 million contract. So Brock is the guy. That has not changed. Lava Pigs. You don't have to take it from me. You can take it straight from Harvey Dent himself. He knows how it is.
I think, they brought me here to play as a backup, and that's my job. And Brock's the starter of this team, and right now he's dealing with something. And for him to go out there last week and play when he probably wasn't at full health, like he cares about this team. So I'm just trying to get some wins for him so it helps us down the line. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Like, I've been in his position, I've been a starter, and you want your backup to go in there and win, because at the end of the season, that could be the hit or miss between a playoff or not. So,
couple thoughts. Number one, great answer. Great answer. Number two, in the after hour yesterday, Adam Rank and I saw him walk into the stadium with that fit. I'm like, dude, you look ridiculous. You look ridiculous. And you know what? After watching him last night, I still think he looks ridiculous. But man, I guess you can wear whatever the hell you want if you play like that, honestly. That's him walking in. See, it's a different vibe. You got the loafers, no socks, the stripes running down the pants. The red pinstripe to me is rough. That whole look coming in was rough. But man, it sure looks different after the game, doesn't it? Great answer, though. Great answer to the question. The way he diffused that. He said, I've been there before. What you want is a backup, and I know I'm the backup, to go in there and do a job, because at the end of the year, when the starter is there and they need him, you might need that win right now. See, that's the thing. That was such an enormous win. That was such a big win for the Niners and such a bad loss for the Rams because that's a divisional matchup right there. And they were busted up on the road. And they still went in there and they got it done. See, that right there, that's a backup handling it the right way. The opposite of going full mime, that's just going full class. Now, I'm still going to say that the fit to me doesn't resonate. But again, I guess you can wear whatever the hell you want if you play like that. Also loved hearing him air out Kyle Jr. Lobster Shanahan for being pissed off at the line movement this week. You know, these guys always say, we don't know about the line. We don't know anything about the point spread. We know nothing about that. And I've always said, they know. They know. Maybe not all of them know, but they know. I'll tell you what, Junior Lobster knew. Not only did he know the line, apparently he was aggravated by the line. Aggravated that it moved so much, and then it moved all the way to 9. How do I know? His own quarterback admitted it.
Kyle came up to me and he was pissed about it. So he's like, dude, I can't believe they moved us to underdogs again or whatever more. And I'm like, I don't know what that means really, but yeah, let's go kill him,
Sure you don't.
So he was pissed about it. I was like, yeah, I'm pissed too. So went out there and.
What do you mean you're pissed? You don't know what that means. How can you be pissed at something that you don't understand? Look at Mac. So Mac's saying, yeah, he was mad that the line moved. We were already underdogs, and now we're really big underdogs, but I don't know what any of that means. And he was pissed about it. But I was pissed about it too. What? Come on, guys. Can we just be transparent? Can we be real about this? Y'all know the lines. I'm not saying you do anything with them. Hey, actually, Kyle did. Kyle used it as fuel. Kyle said, I'm mad. Turned it into disrespect. And then Mac McCorkle is like, oh, I'm mad too. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I'm mad. Me too, coach. You just tell me what to do, and I will do it, coach. If that means throw it to Kendrick Bourne 10 times, even though he dropped it 3 times last week, we used to be teammates in New England, it's good, I'm on it. If that means get pissed off at the line movement, I will do that too. Even if I don't really know what you're talking about and don't understand it at all. I'll tell you what, though. It's kind of funny, right, what some good coaching will do for a quarterback. You remember, the same guy was knocking heads with arguably the greatest coach ever in the hood. Then this guy shows up a little while later, backing up, takes a small deal, wanted to play for Kyle, wanted to play in that system. Bam! Look at him now. Also pretty funny if you remember, Kyle wanted Mac back in 2021 when they traded up for Trey Lance. That was who the Niners were split on, incredibly. Mac and Lance. So I guess the point is Kyle has always been high on Mac. Kyle and John Lynch deserve credit for getting this guy in on a 2-year, $7 million deal. Best money ever spent. They've already gotten the return on investment. Already. Those 3 wins are worth $7 million. And they've got this guy for 2 years and $7 million. So that's a great deal. It's the opposite of a quarterback controversy. Like the lava pigs want to make this a quarterback controversy. This is not the way I see it. You know what that is? That's not a quarterback controversy. What that is the opposite. It's a great quarterback situation. What they have is a cheap, quality backup who they believe in, who's a great fit for the system, who's already won 3 games in a row. And he competes his ass off, and he's tough as hell, and his teammates respond to him. They love him. And they have Brock. So how is this a problem? It seems like the opposite of a problem to me. No Brock, no Kittle, no Jennings, no Pearsall, no Ayuk, no Bosa, no problem. Amazing dub for Frisco. And a loss the Rams are going to regret. And already do, I'm sure. That loss has them looking up in the NFC West. And the irony is, all they had to do to win last night was ram it. Ram it from the 1 without fumbling. Or ram it for a yard on 4th and 1 in overtime. It's their brand, right? Instead, they did just about as good a job of ramming it as Ram fan did in showing up to Rams house. Frisco house. Look, I understand that we don't have the best fans in the world. I'll own that as an LA native. But man, and I understand that Niner fan is unreal. Niner fan travels. Niner fan makes their presence felt. Niner fan's a problem. And I mean that as a compliment, honestly. But look at this. If you're watching on the stream, that's SoFi. Look how red SoFi is. Man, that is embarrassing. That is really embarrassing. They took over Ram House. Niner fans just move right in. Look at this. That is an incredible, incredible view if you're watching on the stream. There is so much, not only is there so much more red than yellow and blue, there's almost nothing but red. It's like a red out at SoFi. Is that a Niner Ram game or a Nebraska Husker game? It's insane. But not surprising. That is Frisco fan. That's what they do. And man, were they ever rewarded. What a great win for them. You see, Frisco fan, I am very objective. I don't give a damn. I do not root. I'm not SoCal Jim, Frisco fan. I'm giving you nothing but respect. Great win. Really tough win. And a really tough loss for the Rams, who cannot lose that game, but did.